Hello! Welcome or welcome back to Isn't It? I'm Isabel. I'm a knitter based in Chicago, Illinois, and this weekend I'm going on a trip to Boston with my partner. She is in an art show put on by her undergrad, and we're gonna go install her show. So I thought it would be fun to take you along and see how much knitting I get done while I'm there. It's gonna be kind of a busy weekend. Saturday and Sunday are both install days, and then there's an opening event on Monday, but I always manage to find time to knit, so I thought it would be fun. I've never been to Boston. I haven't spent a lot of time on the East Coast, but I'm really excited, and it's like the perfect time of year to go. The perfect time of year to knit while you're there. So let me walk you through what I'll be taking with me to work on. The first and main thing that I'll be working on this weekend is my dad's birthday present. This is the zipper sweater by Petite Knit. If you watched my podcast episode, I spoke about it a little bit there. His birthday is in early November, so I've got a little bit of time, but not a ton of time, and I'm really hoping not to get into the like gift knit, stay up all night 2 nights before to get it done kind of vibe. I also will have to put the zipper in, so really gotta get it done. I've never put in a zipper. This is in Cascade 220 Classic. I think the color is Midnight Heather, but I'll check. It's really beautiful. It's like a really deep, rich navy, but it's also got some like purples and sort of turquoise. I don't know if it's showing up very well, but it's really nice. I think he's gonna like it a lot. This project's been going pretty well. Let me set it down for a second. It's been going pretty well. I'm basing the size off of a similar sweater that he already owns that my mom like sent me the brand information and the size information for, and they have a product chart on their website with all of the measurements, which is so handy. And honestly, I highly recommend doing this if you are gift knitting for somebody and you don't want them to know that it's happening and you aren't quite sure of like the exact sizing that they like. If you know their size in a commercial bought brand, or if you can find it out, like my mom sent me the information, oftentimes they'll have like included in their size chart information, they'll have fit information, which will include the like bust measurements and all the lovely things that you need to knit a sweater to size. So I'm doing that. I didn't gauge swatch, which I'm usually really good about. I love my like gauge swatch wall that I have in my cubicle at work. So I like adding to it. I like doing my gauge swatch, but I knit with Cascade 220 like quite a bit, and I think I just like forgot that this was a different pattern. I'm not sure. I didn't check Petite Knit's recommended gauge very closely. I just was like, it's gonna be great. And I was already knitting a size that was like slightly bigger than the chest circumference on the sweater size he wears, the commercial sweater. So I was like, if it's a little bit too big, no worries. If the gauge is a little bit under, like that's what he would want anyway. So it'll be fine, it'll be great. And I was knitting along, everything was looking awesome. I got like 4 inches of the body done, and I was like, this seems really small. Like this seems like maybe it would fit me, not my father, fully grown man. So I measured it, and it was in fact like 6 inches, maybe too small. So I frogged back to the raglan increases, and I increased many times in quick succession, like at the body raglans to get it up what I needed. I think I added like 36 stitches over the course of like 6 or 7 rows. So quick increase rate, but it looks fine, you can't tell, and the fit is going to be much better for him. So after that deviation, I've split for sleeves again, and I'm a couple of inches back. I don't think it's going to take too long. It's on size 8 needles, so it's going really quickly, which is awesome. But I do know that putting in the zipper is going to be a little tricky for me. I've never done that before, so I want to give myself plenty of time to get that done. I also have to do the collar. The pattern has you start with the collar and you knit a Judy's Magic cast on, which is like a conventional cast on method, I think. Man, I should look that up. I should know that. But basically you're casting on like 2 sets of stitches at the same time, and then you knit half of them and the other half is on hold. And the point of doing this is that you then knit them together, but you keep a set of them to be the zipper facing. So when you knit a zipper sweater, you include like a strip of knitting behind the sweater that you sew the zipper into so that it looks nice, and you can't see the like zipper mechanism. I tried to do the magic cast on. I really struggled with it. I also was like, I just need to get this cast on and started. And I had read through the pattern enough times to like understand why they chose that. And normally when I knit raglan sweaters, I do the collar last anyway. I saw someone on TikTok say that it like will help with the elasticity if you put it on last, because it has that seam where you picked up stitches. It'll like keep the collar a little bit more snug. I don't know if that's true or not, but I also just like enjoy putting a collar on last. So I do it that way normally, and I decided to do it that way again, and I'm just gonna pick up the 5 stitches from the back. So I'll have to add that on, which will be fine. Ribbing, it's fun. We'll see how much I get done on that. Hopefully I can make progress on the body, if not get like close to finishing the body this weekend. That would be awesome. I've also decided to bring a little fun side project. Something about me is that I'm normally a pretty monogamous knitter. I find that like I hyper focus on one project and that's what I am working on. However, with all these gift knits coming up, I found that I need to have a personal project going at the same time, or else it's like hard for me to see the end of all of my plans. So I thought maybe I'd try my hand at some socks. I've never knit socks before, but like 6 months ago, I bought a ball of a skein of Barocco vintage sock in this like beautiful green. I'm really excited about this green. I do wish I had a contrast color to knit the toe and the heel in, but I can make another pair of socks with a contrast color. I'm gonna use what I have. This is my test run anyway. They might be horrible. I might need to knit a second pair before I have a wearable pair. We'll see. This is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. This probably isn't the fiber content I would choose if I were buying yarn today. Like I said, I bought this quite a while ago. I don't think I really knew much about sock knitting, and this was not very expensive, and I really liked the color, and I sort of like grabbed it on my way out of the shop, which, you know, whatever. I'm gonna use it because I have it, and I'll be happy to have them. I'm really excited to have handmade socks. I think that's so luxurious and nice. So we'll see. We'll see if I even get to these. I might not. You know, it's not a vacation weekend. It is still very much like we're going with a purpose to get something done weekend, a work weekend. But we'll see. So yeah, we'll see what happens with these. You might hear from me at the end of the video and this wasn't touched. But I'm excited to see what I can get done. I'm excited to walk around Boston. I'm not sure I'm gonna make it to any yarn stores. We are renting a car, but I don't know if I will have my name on it or if it'll just be my partner's name. So I don't want to like put more stress on an already sort of stressful weekend. So if that happens, it happens. If not, I have enough yarn. I don't need to go to a yarn store. I won't probably have suitcase room anyway. My final update is what I'm wearing. If you watched my podcast episode, you will know that I was working on the Sirena sweater by Cookie the Knitter, and it's done. I finished it. This is my first ever cable project. I really jumped in, said full cable sweater. I'm doing it. Let me give you a full look. Oh, I'm so happy with it. I feel so proud of myself. You know, when you make something and it's like a step up from what you've been able to do before, and it's just like, I can't believe I made this. I can't believe that I did this. I knit this in Cascade 220 and Hilsvag. I think it's Vilje, V-I-L-J-E. I don't know, I'm probably butchering that pronunciation, but I'm obsessed with this yarn combination. I will be using it again in the future. Like, no questions asked. It is so squishy and cozy. The cables look so good. It's like very, very soft. It blocked out so soft, much softer than Cascade 220 is on its own in my experience. So the Norwegian wool is pulling its weight there. But yeah, I'll probably give more information in my next podcast, finished object show off. But I just had to talk about it for a second because I'm so obsessed. I've been wearing it nonstop. Like, it is a staple piece, definitely. Anyway, I'm excited to take you all to Boston with me and stick around for the ride. Good morning from Boston. We got here yesterday. I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. I wanted to check in with a little bit of a knitting progress update. I started my sock. I did it actually. This is the vanilla sock pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. It's a free Ravelry download with a really helpful YouTube video that I've watched a little bit of for the heel flap that's upcoming. I'm really enjoying this. I've never knit anything this tiny before. 9-inch circulars. I feel like a big giant with big giant hands. So it's going really well. I've had more time to knit than I expected to. Yesterday I knit while install was happening. My girlfriend's in this building back here installing right now. I'm just sitting in this beautiful quad. And I got some good progress done on my dad's pullover, which is inside right now, or I would show it off. But I've been feeling a little under the weather, so I'm not like the most energetic, which means it's nice to have some projects to work on. Otherwise I'd probably be exploring more, but I'm kind of very content to just sit in this nice fall weather and work on my sock. I have some clips from yesterday. I didn't have a lot of time to film yesterday. It was kind of go, but yeah, it's beautiful here. I'll check in later. back from Boston. I had the best time ever. It was so beautiful. My partner's campus was just unbelievably gorgeous. It made me a little bit sad. I was like, man, I'm so jealous that I didn't get to spend 4 years here just hanging out by the lake, but I had the best time. I'm sorry my footage is a little sparse, cut and dry. I was really just very engaged in the weekend and forgot to film sometimes, but I got some good clips. We did not end up going to any yarn shops. We actually didn't end up renting a car. We got there and we decided that we could just walk or Uber if we needed to and take the public transport in Boston. So that was really great. I had way more time to knit than I expected to. Install was really easy. She handled actually pretty much all of it. In the past, I've helped a little bit more, but she was on it. She knew exactly what she needed to get done and didn't need me, which was nice. And so I got a lot of knitting time done. I was a little under the weather. I think I've had a sinus infection. So I spent a lot of time kind of hanging out and knitting, and I will show you my progress. I got pretty good progress done on the zipper sweater for my dad. I think I did maybe like 3 inches on the body, which is, good. This works up so quickly. I honestly didn't spend that much time on this, so it's flying. I think I'll be fine. This needs to be done by November 2nd, as I said, and yeah, I've got like 11 days. I think we can do it. I think if I really just like focus, upside down, focus. So yeah, I'm proud of this one, but the reason that I did not spend very much time on that, as I'm sure you saw in literally every clip of me knitting, I was working on my socks. So I did end up casting on my socks. Of course, once I said I was gonna do that, did anyone expect any different? But my first one's almost done. I am about to do the toe decreases, but I am at a stopping point because I don't have a needle that's the correct size with a cable long enough to do magic loop. This is actually the only needle I have this tiny, so, I dropped a stitch. One moment, please. There we go. Okay. So that has been ordered and should be here tomorrow so I can finish this up. But I'm loving it. I've never really understood what people meant when they talked about like portability with their knits. I always just take whatever I'm working on and stuff it in my tote bag and deal with the consequences later and lug my huge bag around. But this was awesome. I could just like stick it in my purse. I was working on it all over the place. It was lightweight. It was easy to manage. And it really flew. I incorrectly said earlier that this was a free Ravelry pattern. I went back and checked and it's actually like a $2 Ravelry pattern. I think it's totally worth it. It comes with a great YouTube video. It's been super clear. She also has options for DPNs or magic loop. I purchased the 9-inch circular pattern, but in the YouTube video, she does a pretty good job of like explaining what steps you could switch things out for. It's a heel flap and gusset construction. So the heel flap is like a slip stitch pattern and then goes into your gusset decreases. It's top down sock, obviously. Yeah, I will keep everyone updated on my progress with this and the zipper sweater. I'll try and get some good footage of gifting it to my dad. I think he's gonna like it. Anyway, thank you so much for coming along with me to Boston. I had just a great time. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment if you have any video suggestion ideas. I would also love to know what your favorite place to knit in is. When we were in Boston, I found this like chair by the lake and I knew that I could have sat there and knit for hours and hours and hours and hours had there been enough time. So I would love to hear what your favorite spot to knit in is. Have a great day. Thank you.